Hello everybody, my name is Phillipa. I'm the Chief Informatics Officer from Bolton NHS Trust, and here today to talk with me is
Walmsley. I'm the CTO here at Bolton.
Farouk Patel. I'm the Enterprise Architect here at Bolton NHS.
And what we'd like to talk to you about today is our work we've completed with our supplier Imprivata around a proof of concept around identity governance. Bolton is a large acute and community organisation. We also provide services to the GPs and primary care and CCG in the Bolton locality. We are the second busiest A&E in Greater Manchester, and we are a large site and for women's and children's super centre in Greater Manchester. What we'd like to talk to you today is around the business challenge and our customer experience in working with Imprivata.
So, business challenge, this is what me and Farouk will talk to you through the next few slides. This is to do with managing joiners, movers and leavers processes, the creation of accounts, AD accounts and system accounts, the evaluation of the Imprivata Identity Governance software, the implementation and the benefits that we reaped. So, business challenge, the labour-intensive, paper-based onboarding process. This is the process that we all have to do when creating accounts for users. Some organisations may use imports, CSV imports, or software to try and create Active Directory accounts and suspend accounts and change permissions. But that process is difficult. It doesn't take into account siloed applications or non-Windows applications that another department might manage. I mean, for example, we have
about over 200 applications.
200 different system applications, and they're not being managed by us. I'm taking packs into example for this. We use the GE packs, which is a standalone system. We don't manage the users.
It's a non-Windows system, and kind of accounts get created manually. There's a lot of staff turnaround, and because of that, sometimes they end up using generic accounts and have cards that go missing. And as well as that, there's an opportunity here to actually look at the current processes and how can this process can be made better.
Yeah, so this is the process of involving the bank staff, the bank staff and departments, the HR departments, the individual divisions about how they process those accounts. So this takes us to the evaluation of software.
So I first came into contact with the identity governance when I was out at HIMSS in Orlando in 2019. I thought it was an absolute fabulous product that was only available in the States. As a clinician by background, for me, it's absolutely key to ensure that we maximise the potential in our patient care. The onboarding process is often frustrating, annoying for clinicians and for managers, as we have to go through the different steps in the process to onboard people. So seeing this for me was absolutely key, especially with our deployment last year of electronic patient record and our significant reliance on single sign-on as an organisation across the whole organisation. I could absolutely see the benefits.
So, Phillipa brought this wonder product news back from the US. I was introduced to it sometime in 2019, don't remember when, and absolutely agreed. It really did appear that it could do the full 360 lifecycle management of all our user accounts. So we hounded, did we not, Imprivata?
We did.
To bring this to the NHS, specifically to the UK, and allow us to prove that this has can have a huge benefit for the health service.
Yeah, as a reference site for Imprivata already for single sign-on across the whole organisation, I think they knew that we were committed and we understood obviously the difficulties, but also what their solution would provide for us. So they did agree to be a partner, and then the planning for the pilot and the proof of concept was approved.
So as part of the implementation, so we thought, okay, so what does a clinician need to hit the ground running? So there was a set of applications that was identified that this is the bare minimum that a clinician will need. Active Directory to log onto the computer, email, access to the EPR, all scripts, patient track, packs. So working with Imprivata, the project managers were quite good. There was a clearly defined scope as to what was required in terms of setting the infrastructure up, as well as that we kind of had a whiteboarding session with Imprivata and the relevant departments working together and to come up with a process that aligned to the organization, allows to create these systems. So you had HR, employment services, application owners, application teams, as well as the technical staff here, and also the admin staff that they kind of creates the accounts initially.
I mean, it's just to pick up on the EPR. So anyone or most people in the NHS will have an EPR. The level of granularity for role-based access can be huge. So it wasn't just a drop them in an AD account. It was to, a controlled and audited access point.
Yeah. So it just kind of give you a kind of a scope. So there's a piece of work that is required. It's a role database mapping, which requires depending what your job description is, will give you what level of access. There's approximately about 500 role mappings to be mapped to EPR to what level of access to give them.
I mean, that's huge. Imagine the errors that may creep into that just for a manual process for someone to create all those and making sure that it's the right person who gets the right access. Benefits.
So for me, the benefits that we've demonstrated in this proof of concept is the speed, which Farouk and Brett will discuss. But as a clinician coming into work, being able to access straight away those clinical applications ensures safety and also audit and governance, which is what we require to ensure we're keeping our patients safe and that people have access to the right things at the right time.
So yeah, the work, building on the work that Farouk did with the Imprivata development team, those applications, those 5 applications, you're counting in seconds, 60 seconds, 70 seconds to onboard a brand new person into the organisation in all those different applications in different ways, and even removing access is done the same way. There's different ways.
Yeah, so it's not just about kind of creating the account to log onto a computer, but it's actually managing the accounts for all the different applications, the life cycle of those accounts. Each application can be different, where they can have an account or they can delete the accounts and delete when they've left. So it's quite flexible in what you need to do. And you can have a workflow system where the kind of delegation can be pushed down towards the chain.
Yeah, so there's a whole workflow system. So if they want extra approval from a bed manager or someone running the hospital at night team can do that, or the radiology department can approve who's given access, because again, IT shouldn't be responsible for who gives access to what, but we are responsible to ensure they have system access. So reducing those paper-based systems or anything like that for the error, reduce when they get the horrible word of generic accounts. You just can't get away with that these days, having generic accounts for auditing and security purposes.
So I think it's important from today that you get a flavour of what we're trying to achieve, but also how we can take this further. And some of the things, as we've looked at embedding this proof of concept into our environment, we've identified other things that we can take forward, such as virtual smart cards.
Yeah, the 5 systems that we've done are probably the 5 more complex that require different onboarding and offboarding processes as well as workflow. And we've always, as we usually do, as we did with Imprivata many years ago, we start with A&E, the one that has the most to gain, and probably least tolerant of mistakes is our A&E.
So I hope you can see today the benefits that this could have for you. If anybody would like to have more information, please don't hesitate to contact myself, Brett, or Farouk at Bolton. But I think one thing to say is this definitely saves resources in the NHS pound, so why would we not want to do it? Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.